Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy So, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, hit that like button, drop a comment on this latest video, which is from episode 112, streaming right now on your favorite platform. In this clip, Joel and I break down the Houston Texans game versus the Dolphins as they are still on top of the AFC East with their 7-3 record. The team that's owning it right now is our favorite team to talk about. That's the Dolphins, dog. They had the bye week this weekend, which was interesting because now we had to see other AFC East opponents play games.
Fifth week in a row where we don't lose.
Yeah, bro, balling out there, dog.
Hey.
Just balling out there. But you know, still on top of the division, which is huge, right? We saw the Patriots beat the New York Jets in a whack, low-scoring game, 10-3, right? Where
they won it on a walk-off punt.
On a walk-off punt return, dog.
Crazy. Have you ever seen that before?
No, man. And I think that was like the second punt return this season, or
might have been the first.
Today, or it might have been the first. Yeah. And then Buffalo beat Cleveland 31-23, where that game got a little bit closer than what it should have been.
We expected that to be the outcome, but yes, they are struggling. The Bills are struggling a little bit right now.
Not necessarily struggling, but they just look like they're not hitting on all cylinders.
We played the Browns a lot better than the Bills just played them.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that, right? There's no doubt about that. So being on top of the division, 7-3, second in the AFC East, second in the AFC period, right? Because there's a bunch of other teams that are tied. We have the tiebreaker over Tennessee based on strength of victory, and we have a tiebreaker over a 7-3 Baltimore team because we have a better win percentage in conference games, and we have a head-to-head victory against those guys as well. So the Dolphins are looking pretty sweet right now.
There's only one team ahead of us right now.
Who's the Chiefs, man? The best team.
Who would have thought the Dolphins would be in this company?
And look, there's still a lot of football to be played.
There's
still a lot of football to be played, but that just shows you that at the very least, the Dolphins belong. Right, with what they have right now on the squad, on the 53-man roster, they belong in that conversation of being one of the teams to look out for.
Yep.
That's real. That's a real threat. I'm not saying they're gonna go out there and beat, so and so on the road and win games here on the road. No, but they're a team you have to take seriously, and that's all we've ever wanted. Right? Give us the chance to be fans with a purpose, not fans hoping. Fans with a purpose.
Hopeless fans. I mean, it's only so long,
Delusional fans.
Delusional fans, the hopeless fans. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah, dude.
And yeah, that's why, man. That's why I was so rough and so harsh on our boy Martin on OnlyFans about his grading. I mean, I just couldn't accept that.
It's fair though.
I just couldn't. I cannot accept that, man, because how much we've been through as Dolphin fans. That at this point, through 10 games, every year the Dolphins are under 500. And for once, we're not just barely over 500. We're in first in the division, and we're in second place in the conference. And we're contending where people are looking at us and going, oh, shit, something's going on in Miami, So I'm excited, man. This game against the Texans is a great way to get, back up to speed after the bye week. We take a little bit of a break. Right? We got a little streak going.
Right.
So now we got a struggling Houston Texans team that has to travel to us, has to sit on that hot-ass sideline.
Yep.
They're a little banged up. They're a little undercoached. They're missing some pieces. This is a really good game to really just go in there and let Tua go crazy in the first half to the point where we just sit him and bring Skylar Thompson out in the third quarter.
No. I want my dog to put his numbers up because I want him to be in the MVP category.
He'll do that in the first half. That's
4 quarters. I want 63 to 10.
If he puts up 4 touchdowns in the first half and we get one rushing, it's 35 to zip going into the second.
No, play him. I want 8 touchdowns, dog. No, I'm kidding. You know what I mean? But like my point being is that you mentioned
crazy 8 touchdowns.
That'd be nuts. But
we got Tyreek.
Nah, that'd be nuts. But what I'm saying is like you mentioned it. The people, the other teams that we're in conversations with, right? About when you're talking about teams that are real, you gotta mention us. You know what I mean? Even you look in our division. Our division is probably the best division in football, right? You had a team play dirty football or ugly football and just go out there and beat one another, right? Between the Patriots and the Jets, either one would have won that game if they had a good quarterback, because Wilson and Mac Jones both sucked, right? But the defenses are good and they went out there to play. So AFC East is where it's at, and we have good wins against those opponents, right? We're 2-1 in that division. The only game that we've lost was the Jets game on the road. So they still have to come here where we can, improve that little record and get that little payback.
And the Jets looked terrible against the Patriots and kept their losing streak going. What is that, 14 in a row now?
Yeah, man.
Something like that.
It's just, if you look at the overall picture of how teams are being, I don't want to say built, but just like how teams are playing right now, today, you got to say that the Dolphins are playing better football than the Bills, Patriots, and the Jets. The only team that you look at and say, yeah, these guys are playing better, because Baltimore didn't necessarily impress, right, in their victory.
They haven't.
Tennessee hung in there and got a very impressive win on Thursday, right?
Yep. The Eagles got exposed. The Vikings got exposed.
Not exposed, but you just show that, hey, week in, week out, you're not going to be the best, and you're not going to be always look that pretty, right? That's what those teams suffered. But then you look at the Chiefs, and that's probably the best team in the NFL. That's scary as hell. You look at them, and you're like, yeah, these dudes can do whatever, whenever they need to. You got to put the Dolphins closer to them. Because defensively, yeah, we've seen these guys break, but it looks like they're turning a corner. And games like this, like the Houston game coming up, where you're facing an inferior opponent, you know what I mean? Like, they just lost to Washington 23-10 at home on Sunday. They're 1-8-1. That's a real bad team, dog. So, like, you got to take advantage of that. They've lost 5 straight games, averaging about giving up 26 points per game while only scoring 14 points a game. And when you think about the defense that we're playing right now and how good we are on defense, there's no reason why we couldn't shut these guys out on Sunday, right? And put up 35 points on offense quite easily, but we're going to have to be in it. We're going to have to be motivated. And I just think that the motivation should come from keeping the pace with the rest of the teams in the AFC, because everybody, it seems like they're putting together a 2-3 game win streak, and the Dolphins have to kind of keep in step in that, right? Like, we saw the Chiefs lose, and then boom, they turned it up, and ever since then, they've been the best team in football. You got to look at the Dolphins and say, yeah, in order to keep up with a team like that, you have to beat teams that are inferior to what you guys have on the field. And to your point, they're going to be wearing those dark blue jerseys on the other sideline, dog, and it is going to be wake and bake time, for those guys. It's going to suck.
It's going to be a hot one.
It's going to suck.
Well, maybe it might even rain. Who knows? We've had a lot of rain down here.
For sure. And that would even bode well for the Dolphins too, because
our run game is nasty.
Jeff Wilson is killing it. We've seen Mostert kill it. And the quarterback for the Houston Texans, David Mills, hasn't been that great. And now there's a QB controversy. Doesn't even know if he's going to start. No,
and I saw that game. I saw some of that game against the Commanders. And, boy, did he get sacked. I don't know how many times they brought him down, but that pressure wasn't even – they do. They have an okay defense, but I think ours is better. And if they were able to do that, then we should get to him, no problem.
Our defense is way better than the Washington defense, right? Because our front line is better than theirs. Off rip. They have one really good monster, Chase Young. We have 3 guys that we can throw at any team. But more importantly, like, to let you know how bad this dude Mills is he's leading the NFL with interceptions. He threw 2 on Sunday, so now he has 11 on the season. So even if they go to the backup quarterback, it's an inexperienced quarterback, a guy who's like not ready for that. Even if he takes all the reps and all that shit, he's not going to be ready to face Chubb, to face an in-shape Phillips, to face an in-shape Melvin Ingram. Like, you're going to be, and I feel like the one who's getting ready to really explode in the second half is not Ziegler, because Ziegler has been playing amazing. It's the guy that he stands next to, Chris Wilkins. I feel like that boy is about to blow up and just have even more sacks, where a lot of offensive linemen are tired, injured, whatever, and this dude is in shape because he's so young and has that natural born energy where he's going to be able to dominate, especially late in games, man. That's what I'm hoping to see in this game. You know what I mean? Let's get to prediction time.
Okay.
Prediction time. For me, I feel like the Dolphins have to get aggressive up front, right? And that starts with the D-line, like I said, and just get after this guy. Put a lot of pressure on him, force him to make unwanted throws, and let our defensive back gain some type of confidence, right, by getting an interception, an easy interception from such an inferior quarterback. And And for the defense in general, it would be nice to have them see, like, not only have a takeaway, but multiple takeaways, a fumble, 2 interceptions, something like that, especially against a team like Houston.
Yep.
I got us beating Houston 31-10.
Ooh, close to what I'm going to go.
What you got?
45-9.
Wow. That's not even close. Yo, what are you? The Price is Right me? 45-9?
You had 31-10?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. 45-9.
Where are you getting those extra 12 points from?
I'm just a defense. He said where defense is going to score. That offense is going to go out there and ball. They're going to pick apart that Houston Texans defense that's been struggling all season. We're going to go out there and keep doing what we've been doing in this, win streak. Tua's going to connect with Tyreek, with Waddle. We're going to get rushing touchdowns. It's going to be a bloodbath on the Houston sideline. And on the defensive side, I'm expecting a score. I want a touchdown on the defensive side of the ball.
That'd be nice.
Hell yeah, man.
That'd be nice. A pick six or even a fumble recovery for a rush in.
Yep, something. So, or even a punt return, a kick return that we're not even seeing that coming. We're not even expecting that. We're gonna get something like that. I don't know. I'm expecting big. 45-9. You heard it here first. Lock it in.
Over or under 1 missed field goal for Jason Sanders on Sunday.
Under.
All right. I'm gonna go under 2 because I have him.
But he needs to not miss.
But if he misses, he's cut. Like we will both agree, right?
If he misses a 50-yarder, a 55-yarder,
that's okay. You miss anything 45 and in,
you're dead to me. You're dead to me. You're dead to me, Jason. I'm letting you know right now.
I'm dropping you right now. Nah, we want him to bounce back. We like Jason, dog, but we want him to bounce back and gain some type of confidence, bro.
No doubt.
Let's see, man. Dolphins victory.
Especially when I'm watching. I got the Cowboys kicker on my team who had a 60-yard field goal and like a 55-yard field goal.
Bangers, so like,
dog. Bro, you can't do that, dog.
Even the Atlanta kicker hit a 53 to win the game on Sunday, man.
So come on, bro. We need you.
We need you, Sanders. Get your game up, dog. Let's see. Dolphins victory on Sunday. Let's get it. 8-3, dog. Who would have thought?
5-game win streak.
Who would have thought? 5-game win streak, dog. Wow.